See, that's how you use that.
Okay. We are live.
So you put that on and then you go live? Is what happens?
Yeah. That's it.
It's not kind of like the opposite of what you did yesterday?
No, I think I did it better.
No, you didn't.
Here we go.
Hey, everybody.
What's shaking, everybody?
We're back.
Yeah, in action.
Na. We see, the thing is, I don't even know if they could hear the cat.
They can't hear the cat.
So
it's
it's just us laughing without context.
Yeah, which is way better, actually.
Which
I
is
think.
beautiful. What are we doing today?
We are talking about The Last of Us, episode 7, a throwback episode. It's gonna be fun.
This episode was called Left Behind.
Yes,
and it was a good episode.
I enjoyed it thoroughly.
All right. Compared to the game,
Yeah.
how do you feel?
I felt like it hit enough of the right points for me to make it another stellar episode. Although I have heard rumblings.
What rumblings could you have heard?
That
Let's pretend that wasn't just something that was forgotten.
I heard rumblings that some people were a little less than happy because of pieces around the infected at the end, and the infected attack piece. But,
Oh, like it was a little lackluster, maybe?
Because it was a single infected, not a horde. Blah blah blah.
Get over it.
I reckon. Yeah.
Get over it.
Somebody that I was watching a review on the episode had said something about like the formula that they've developed is for the show, for the episodes, is getting tired or something like that.
It's getting old.
Yeah, but
How so?
I don't know, because they introduced some new characters and then they die, and I'm like, well, but that's like they did that in the game. Like every time.
Why are these characters? These characters aren't meant to be written in as long-term characters.
No.
It's
I don't know. It was a weird. I think somebody was really married to the game.
It's all a moot point.
Just not feeling it.
It's all a moot point. It's a cow's opinion.
A cow's opinion?
It doesn't really matter.
A moot point?
No, a moot point.
A moo point?
No, it's a cow's opinion. It doesn't really matter. What are you looking at?
So yeah, let's get into it.
Let's just refer to the board. Yeah. Nothing's there because nobody wrote anything today.
It was my fault. I had to go and
Can I ask
drum
you?
at an event, and here we are.
Now, drumming,
Yeah,
music, segue.
yeah.
What else is musically? What else musically could you talk about?
We could talk about the great music that is in this episode.
All right. How so?
Because it's filtered all through there. Like there's some, even after the short first scene that we get of, I'm guessing Joel's point of view being dragged through the snow to the abandoned building. And then, I mean, we can talk about just that opening scene for a second and how touching a moment that is, that, Joel's trying to get Ellie to abandon her.
When you talk about the opening scene,
Yeah.
what you are forgetting
Am I?
is that this scene, just in the show, just like in the game,
Yeah.
starts off with the falling off of the horse
Yes.
and stuff, just like in the game where they started off exactly where I asked you guys if it started off in the last episode.
Yes.
And you guys mocked me for it.
I didn't mock you.
You guys were like, "You're so stupid, Dan."
No, but
That's
you
not what
are
happened
so
at all.
stupid, Dan.
All right.
I say that
Look at her piping in.
in a general sense. That didn't have
All
anything
right.
to do with your
You guys
opinion.
were like, "Oh no, it couldn't possibly start like that." All right. And then I go home and I start watching a playthrough of it, and it definitely does start like that. And I'm going, I had to call the producer up and go, "Who's the idiot now?"
It's still
It's still me, but
I believe I said You are? Question mark.
Okay, I'm not the one who has to eat their mic.
I'm not eating it. I'm
You
just
are
close
so-
to it.
You are so close to all this.
I am very close
Hungry.
to it.
Hey, welcome. Thanks for joining us, Monica, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, it
Anyway.
does start off in the present,
Yeah.
and then it goes back and forth between the past and the present.
It
and stuff
doesn't
like
really
that.
go back and forth. It goes back to the present at the end of the episode, and that's it.
When you're playing the game,
Oh, in the game, yeah,
goes
yeah,
back
yeah,
and
yeah,
forth.
Yeah,
right now it doesn't do so much in the show. It kind of focuses mostly on the past.
yeah, yeah.
Right.
So yeah, touching moment. Joel wants her to just leave. We see her hesitate at the door. She's not gonna do it. You can. I mean, we knew that she wasn't gonna just leave Joel to die.
I thought she might.
Yeah.
Just maybe they're gonna change it up.
She's like, peace out, bitch.
Yeah. Peace out.
Deuces.
Yo, I got things to do.
Why is she like awkward Arnold Schwarzenegger?
I said they're trying to change it up.
Okay.
All right. But like does he believe truly that she's gonna bail?
Maybe in his
Maybe
state,
he
he's in a
hopes.
bit of
Maybe he
delirium.
hopes.
Yeah.
That she'll just take care of herself.
GTFO. Go on.
All right.
Find Tommy. We rode for 5 days to get here with nothing happening.
He's definitely pleased when she comes back at the end, though. Like it's kind of like that. You my girl.
I think that's where he finally just falls in love with Ellie, where it's like, this is my new daughter.
Yeah,
basically.
this is
it.
You know, this is definitely the person that has replaced my lost one.
Yeah. And she comes back to sew him up with a old needle and thread. Should probably maybe disinfect that a little bit first, but
In the
it's
game,
only been sitting there for 20 years. I don't know. Fire.
in the game, it's at least a medical needle.
Yeah, this is just.
I believe she finds some thread and
Yeah,
a needle.
yeah.
You know,
She's just sewing.
just definitely a lifesaver, that thread and needle. Anyway, we go back to the past, and it's
We've basically just covered the first and second things that we needed to cover in one shot. and
Yeah.
It was easy. So now we
Yeah.
can just focus on
on
the
the past, right? It doesn't matter though.
the past.
That's what the monkey says.
Yeah, Rafiki.
Rafiki.
Well,
I almost called him
He's a
Rahiki.
baboon.
Rahiki.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not even a monkey.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's in the past.
What's in the past?
Well, let's talk about that.
Put your behind in the past?
Yeah. This is pre Ellie's bite.
Yes.
Okay.
So we've got a solid, maybe, 3 to 4 weeks before she meets Joel.
The time period in this seems longer than it actually is to me. Like it
that-
seems like more time has passed. But-
From when she to when she meets Joel?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
And
no.
even in as they're traveling and stuff like that, the amount that they've traveled and stuff like that, it seems like it should be over more time, but realistically a lot of that happens in the same day,
Yeah, bunches of it.
right?
Yeah,
But it feels to me like it should have taken several days at the least,
you would think. But I mean, they do those skip jumps,
Yeah.
like Dragon Ball Z style, where,
If they did it Dragon Ball Z style, it'd be a much longer show. All right, there'd be parts of it that last several episodes and nothing happens,
yeah,
and then they would skip 5 years.
yeah. 5 years later, what? How?
Anybody who watches Dragon Ball will know exactly what we're talking
Yeah, they
about.
will.
Any show where they have to make an abridged version of it,
That's a great show.
is a
Frieza
great
saga?
show.
Anyone? Frieza?
Frieza Saga, of course.
Frieza.
20,000 years?
How many years?
20,000?
20.
No, it was legitimately 5 minutes passed over like 5
Yeah,
episodes.
when he was-
20,000 is what it felt like.
Oh, it did.
20,000.
Oh,
When
it's
he
what it
built
felt
up,
like.
yeah, because he built
Yeah.
up that spirit bomb for like
Yeah.
5 episodes or
Oh,
something,
yeah.
and then the next episode was 5 years later.
5 years later,
Yep.
had passed. So
Yeah.
sometimes you can get a little messy with the timeline.
Yeah.
in my head at least. But
Yeah.
I could write a book on the messy stuff in my head.
I'd
All
read
right.
that.
So anybody want to see that? So, where does the past start?
In the gymnasium.
Does it start in the gymnasium,
Yeah.
or does it start in the bedroom?
No, it starts in the gymnasium.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you're right because
Heck, you're like way ahead.
you went right native there.
Yeah. Sorry. I just came back from an event.
I'm not blaming you, and I think it's wonderful.
Thanks.
All right.
Yeah, it starts in the gym, and she's listening to some
Oh yeah, this
Pearl
is where
Jam.
the bullying goes on.
The Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
The Pearl Jam is on her Walkman.
Yeah. So this is where the bullying happens and stuff like that. She gets into a little bit of trouble,
A scuffle.
ends up in the office,
Yeah.
with an outcome that was not really expected for her,
Yeah.
right?
'Cause she was expecting to get thrown in the hole.
Yeah. Now I'm wondering, like the hole is just solitude,
Yeah.
like
it's
solitary
Yeah.
confinement type deal, right?
Yeah.
You know, like this is how bad the society has gotten that they're throwing children in solitary confinement.
Well, she's also a soldier, and they do throw soldiers into solitary confinement.
Is she a soldier because she wants to be?
She's a soldier because she was an
Born.
orphan, and that's where Fedra gets their soldiers.
Good on them.
Just take in the orphans.
Yeah. The outcome though is not what she expects. It's more of a learning period for her.
Yeah. We get the chance she gets the choice between a cup and keys. So that was nice of...
That's how I'm doing everything
job.
from now on.
Is it?
The cup and the keys.
Like, you can have this outcome, which is a cup that is empty, or you can have keys with a Naughty Dog symbol on it.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I didn't notice the Naughty Dog symbol.
No?
No.
He's got a Naughty Dog keychain. The paw.
No, that's a nice little Easter egg,
Yeah. Yeah, it was. It was cute.
right?
I liked it.
Cool. I'm gonna have to rewatch that. So she's given the choice to be essentially a grunt worker
Yeah.
who gets limited resources.
Yeah. Resources, yeah.
Hard words.
Mm.
Limited resources. Shit living.
Yes.
Starves.
Yeah.
Or she can be a commander of some sort.
Yeah. He's saying that she has officer makings.
Officer, yeah, that's it. Where they're pretty much taken care of. They don't have much to worry about.
No.
Who wouldn't pick the keys?
Well, it depends. I mean, and the reason that I enjoyed this scene so much is that it shed light on, like the humanity of Fedra itself, because you, like in the games, you don't get to see any kind of behind the scenes stuff with Fedra, and it's all just they're bad guys.
You're led to believe that it's all bad.
Right.
Am I going to agree that like their sense of humanity is a little twisted,
Well, everybody's sense of humanity is a little twisted. Like
right?
with the way that the general guy talks about, you know, if Fedra is no more, then the world falls apart, and then we can look right at the episode where Fedra had been overtaken, and these guys are just out there
Anarchy.
like killing everybody and
I'm proud to do it.
dragging people through the streets. Like they went off
It
the
was
hinges, and
complete anarchy.
the infected had been pushed out of that space by Fedra, and then without Fedra, they ignore it.
It gets out of hand.
Because of vengeance, and all the
Well,
infected pour through.
Like she had tunnel vision,
Yeah.
right? Where she let a lot of things slide because she had a vengeance.
Yeah.
She had she had tunnel vision.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, she ignored a lot of things that she needed to attend to,
She felt like, yeah.
right? For her own almost selfish
Oh, for sure.
agenda.
Very selfish
Right?
agenda.
So yeah, like the Fedra have their twisted way of thinking that they're the good guys, and So does the Fireflies.
But even in this episode, they kind of talk about, like the rations and stuff are hard with Fedra being in charge, but it was the Fireflies that bombed a supply depot.
Yeah. That's because it's the activist part of them that, again, selfishly thinks that being an activist is more important than the survival of people.
Yeah. So it's hard to pull apart. Like,
who is the good side on this? Now, when we go in further into the game,
yes,
you start to feel.
I don't know.
I'm not going to go too far, right? But you start to feel differently about different groups.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right?
Yeah.
But that's not what this episode's about.
No.
This episode is essentially about Ellie and how she came to be when we first meet her.
Yeah.
Right?
And if you don't know already, there's definitely some spoilers for this episode.
Like, this is a DLC. It's not in the main game. There are spoilers, which we could put up like a spoiler alert thing if we really had one. Right? Oh, wow.
It's like you manifested it.
I did. If you think hard enough and about something, you can manifest it.
That's cool.
That's
proof right there.
That is a lesson to be learned right there.
The more you know. Anyway,
we truly are idiots.
Yeah. So yeah, we get the decision piece, and then, and then the bedroom scene. I think we move into.
I think now we're going over to where she is, resting, and do I call it a new character to this series?
Yeah. They've alluded to this character several times.
Which is, we've talked about her before.
Yeah.
Riley.
Yes.
Okay. Who is Riley? Do you know who Riley's played by?
Storm Reed.
That sounds like a made-up character. That sounds like two Marvel characters put together.
It does, actually. And maybe her parents were big fans of Marvel. But
Riley sneaks in. And it's been how long since
3 weeks?
Riley left?
3 weeks.
All right. Ellie was under the understanding that Riley had passed.
Yeah, she just figured she was dead. Somebody doesn't come back.
She was unalived. All right.
Somebody unalived her.
Yeah, somebody must have unalived her. Not the case. No. Riley comes back in, and there's a little tension between them.
Yeah, and I was looking at some like play-by-plays of this scene and the scene from the game, same scene, and it's fairly tight to the game.
I would
but
say so.
I would have appreciated, I think, more the way that Riley wakes Ellie up from the game
with the fake bite type
with the fake bite where she kind of groans and like bites her neck.
Yeah,
I would have liked that more than just like a hand.
I will agree that there is certain things in this episode that the game might have done a little better.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining in the least bit.
No. And welcome, Tim. Thanks for joining us.
What's up, Tim?
I agree. Another great episode.
Definitely another great episode.
We're like annoying fanboys for this show, I think.
If
anybody watches this, there's no mistaking what our opinion
There's no
is.
mystery in our thoughts at all. All right? Like, it's been solid 10s.
Yeah.
Pretty much. We haven't even been doing ratings because it's
because you wouldn't let us.
Absolutely pointless.
Because you wouldn't let us.
What's the point?
Maybe I'm gonna 9.5 this one.
Thank you, Tim. You're right. Great episode.
You know what else was great? The acting and the cinematography.
The casting.
The casting was amazing.
How did you feel about the casting for Riley?
I thought she played an amazing part. I thought she looked the part, did the part justice.
You're a one-note instrument, okay?
It
it's
really
just
is.
over and over again. Just what a great.
What am I
cast.
supposed to say?
Oh, this was a great episode. Oh, the music was great. Oh, you know that thing
music was
that happened?
great.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Actually, wonderful would be a new
All right.
word.
Thanks.
Here, so.
Thanks for joining us. That's all we have time for.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Kidding. Don't leave. We need you.
Yeah, we need you. Most definitely. Next show you should talk about...
Is Love is Blind. I don't even know what that is.
No.
What is that?
I don't know.
Is anybody?
Oh, no, I think it's a talk show. Or not. It's a reality show.
Oh, yeah? Is it about blind people finding...
No,
Their
it's
partner?
about people who... They don't get to see each other, I think.
And then what?
And then I think they only talk.
Like
So
on the
they
phone?
never get to see each other physically.
Okay.
Something like that.
See? And there it was. We did it. We talked about that show.
That was about the best you're going to get, and it might not even be true. There's a good chance that was
completely
made up
Okay.
in my head.
Good. Sounded
But it is a show now.
Sounded-
It's a show
sounded
because
good.
I'm pitching it if it's not.
good idea.
But thank you for a completely off-topic comment, Monica.
That's her forte. I like
Yeah.
it.
Because she refuses to watch the show with me, so she has anything relevant to talk about
But she's
on it.
here supporting
Yeah.
the show, so that's what really matters.
How's Jarvis?
Stop it. So yeah, I love the bedroom scene.
I love the bedroom too.
I'm sleepy. And then yeah, again, almost like the parallels between the game and the show were all there. Not verbatim like they have done in some of the scenes, but it was super.
It's
close.
like it's almost like they were there, but slightly out of order.
Yeah, pieces of it were definitely
Right? Like
felt a little odd
in the game, particularly liked the Halloween store scene,
Yes.
and they kind of. I almost thought they were gonna skip it entirely,
Oh.
and then they kind of brought it back right at the end type deal.
Yeah, they made it their last stop. Which I think was probably something that they may have done on purpose,
Yeah.
just because it was like one of the favorite scenes from
Yeah.
the game.
So in this, they play it off like, Riley's got something special to show her, just like in the game.
Yep.
And then they get to the mall.
Well, they go to the rooftops, find that bottle of liquor, which I think played a large part of Ellie's confidence in trying to make a move on
Yeah. In the game, you
Riley?
get to choose.
whether you make a move.
No, whether you drink it.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I
You
can't
can
remember
can decline the alcohol.
No, I don't want any of that.
All right.
But she tries to be tough about it and not make any faces and talk about how good it is.
Now, in the game, it's a character that they apparently knew,
Yeah, the hermit guy.
okay, and that was living there. And then it was kind of like, hey, we found this bottle, but then she just puts it back in the tote. Without a lid, by the way. Okay? I noticed that.
Oh.
In this, they keep the bottle, but the fella that they find
Yeah.
ends up falling through the floor,
Yeah.
and, they nearly catch their death.
They almost did.
Then they have a bit of a giggle about it, which is morbid.
Well, it's trauma
I guess so.
response.
I guess you're right.
Sometimes you just laugh about things that
Sometimes you gotta.
maybe
laugh
aren't
about
supposed
things.
to be funny.
Oh, near-death experience. Chuckle. It's the way life is, I guess. You gotta chuckle about it.
Laugh your way through it, guys.
All right.
Eh? Okay. Don't do that again.
Some child just got very scared out there. Already watching a show about a tense world where there's, infected. And then this crazy clown girl laughs in the corner.
Yeah, it's nice. It was weird.
That's, like, you of all people have been excited about this episode, and your
Yeah.
input has been a silly giggle.
Well, I loved the episode. It was good.
Yeah, okay, so then what do you have to say about it?
I loved the episode. It was good.
Oh, thank you.
I thought that she might be more useful this episode because she had a lot to say.
Well, it's almost like you have to like put her on the couch for her to actually like say anything. If we leave her over there with a microphone, she's like, "I'm out of here."
Like recently, someone had commented that they enjoyed your performance on the last episode, which I disagreed with entirely. But
What was wrong with my performance?
it was a nice sentiment that somebody liked you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
Now
you
you've
know what?
you've abandoned them.
I don't want no part of it. That comment means nothing to me.
What would you like me to say?
That's
it was
what
a
you're
good
saying
episode.
essentially.
They kept it true enough to the game storyline, but changed what needed to be changed to make it into a good TV show episode.
Well, feel free to pop in when we hit points that you'd like to
Okay,
maybe
Well,
expand
now that I've
on.
done all the social media posting to get people here,
Good.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Good work.
Good job.
I can
Appreciate
be a
you.
part of the show.
You know what would be great right now that we're about to hit the mall scene is a word from our sponsor.
Because we can't do this alone.
No,
That's very clear at
obviously.
this point.
So
So why don't you take it away?
thanks. So I have
This episode is sponsored by.
this episode is sponsored by Cheyenne Ketchigo.
Gotta catch 'em all.
That's right. Which quite possibly could be a relative, maybe a cousin of Ash Ketchum. She is going to attempt to be a cover model for Inked magazine. We're going to pop the link down in the bottom. I think it's Inked. Is it Inked? A tattoo magazine. But she needs votes. She needs your votes out there, all y'all. Make sure that you click that link, hit up the Inked magazine website, vote for this girl. The ticker at the bottom, I think, says it's about 5 days left for this particular vote, but so far I think she's made it through a couple of the cuts already.
So do you get to see the tattoos at all in the
Yeah, so if you go
campaign?
if you go into her little profile there, it will it'll let you scroll down and you can see some of the pictures that she's posted of some of her tattoos and stuff.
Yeah, that would be amazing to help this young lady get into
Local
this
girl.
magazine.
She's from Brantford, so just down the road from
Yeah,
us.
let's help a local person get into a magazine and make this happen.
Yeah.
Go down and vote.
Vote.
Is this something where you can vote on a daily basis?
Yep,
that
daily
that's
votes.
Certain ones you can vote on a daily basis.
Yeah, you can read up on her a bit and her kind of life journey and some of the tattoos that mean things to her in her bio. There's a daily vote that's free, and then if you're so inclined and you want to pay for votes, I think it's like $1 for 2 votes or something like that. So you can even put some money for it and do your thing, whatever you're comfortable with. But daily votes would be just stellar.
So go ahead and vote, and we'll also throw this on the Nerdy Couch Facebook group.
Yep.
Where you can see it there. Go ahead and join the group as well. We'll have a link for the group down below.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the bio.
In the bio.
Okay. So yes, sponsored by this lovely lady.
Cheyenne Ketchigo. She goes by Shy, but she's not.
But she's not.
No.
Okay, that's good because she's going to be in a magazine.
That's right. Can't be shy and be in a magazine.
Don't be shy and get on a magazine. You know,
A
kind of
what?
contradictual.
A magazine?
Contradictual.
Pardon?
I just made that up, okay? I just
Okay.
invented it. All right. Also sponsored by Duracell.
Because
Because there's no better way to power my life.
okay.
Not sponsored by Duracell, by the way.
It'd be great though.
Can you get in trouble for that?
I don't think so.
It's just free advertisement, isn't it?
We could if Duracell, if you're out there listening to this particular show for some reason, we could put your little ad right in
Is
this
it that
space.
far-fetched?
Right here. Right here.
All right. Throw up a Duracell battery.
Don't put a Duracell battery up. Goodness sakes.
Yeah, go ahead and vote, guys.
Yes, please.
Make it happen. She's finding a Duracell battery.
That's
I know
great.
she is.
Something's gonna happen.
Yeah,
while
something's
we're
gonna
talking.
happen. I can see her over there. I can see her the gears turning over there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
But anyway,
Where were we?
they traveled over the rooftops. They hit
The
the mall.
rooftop scene is kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know, at many points I expected them to have her nearly not make it.
Something, yeah. But obviously all those laps in the gym.
Yeah. Anytime there's a roof scene, you almost expect that.
Yeah,
Like some of the best nearly miss,
that's right.
you know? So I was expecting that. They have a couple more drinks on the roof.
Yep. Check out the mall. I think something to note is that Fedra has a lot of power in like electricity in the city. Because I know somebody had mentioned to me at one point about Tommy's camp, like their little civilization having power and stuff like that. When I said, it was from that generator, the waterfall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like we said, in the game, they actually are residing there,
Yeah.
right? So you kind of help them get power. And
So Fedra has like connected pieces of grid, so I'm not really sure where their power is coming from exactly, or if that's just like leftover power from some power plant somewhere around there. Could be
something is working
something's working.
that gives them enough power. But in this, they seem to have forgotten
Yeah.
that they had left power on in this place.
Well, I think Riley mentions that when they hooked up the grid, because they are expanding some of their area, they didn't realize that this mall was also on that grid.
But in some way or another, they cannot. There's no risk of turning the lights on here.
No.
Okay. Riley has been living here.
Yes.
So
Thanks for
she-
joining us, Teresa. And you're right, I do, in fact, look extra handsome
What
this
up?
evening.
That's a biased opinion, by the way.
I don't know that it is.
All right.
I feel extra handsome today.
You look
Thank you.
good, buddy.
Thanks.
Riley's been living there, so she is very confident
Yes.
that it's a safe place to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pop the lights on, they don't know.
Although, when she goes, hey, head up there. I'm messing the game up, I think. Because in the game,
Yeah.
at the very least, she's like, go up there, turn the corner, go down the hall, and hit the thing.
Yeah, I think they both hit the power in the game. Like,
Simultaneously, almost.
well, I think they're talking about it, and then
It
they
takes two, baby.
It
both-
takes two.
they both have to flip the switch. It takes two.
You couldn't resist.
Me and you. I'll turn my mic back off. It's fine.
Okay.
It's encouraged on this show.
So yeah, in this instance, she sends Ellie up ahead to get the full effect of the power coming on,
Yeah.
which was magical.
You know what scene I kind of miss
What?
is when they were throwing bricks through the windows of the car.
Oh yes.
You know,
Yeah.
I felt like that was a fun
Yeah.
time that I don't think you get to experience in the show.
Yeah.
But
But I mean,
it doesn't,
it's fun in the game because you're getting
because
to,
it's
like,
an interactive
throw
experience,
bricks.
right? In the show, she has it's more of a planned out event.
Yeah, because she's been there for a few days or something.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So she has like a schedule,
Yeah.
essentially, like where we have.
What we're doing.
What did she call it? The 9 wonders?
No,
or was it
that's too many?
Is that too many
That's
wonders?
a lot of wonders. I think there was like 4.
How many? There was 5 wonders.
Well, because Riley didn't include the escalator, and
Oh yes.
because Ellie was so fascinated, which I thought was a great piece that, you know, showed that these guys aren't from the old world.
They're
like,
not from a society that would get to experience that.
Yeah. Like we take that escalator for granted. When we go to the mall, you just hop on the escalator and you go wherever you're going. But these guys have never seen moving stairs. Like,
I absolutely enjoyed her doing exactly what any child would do on an escalator, which is like, I'm not moving.
yeah,
I'm not moving. Now I'm going up. Now I'm going down.
yeah,
You know? The only thing she needed to do is the helicopter on the...
go on the both and
Yeah.
then spin. Yeah,
Perfect.
good.
And she even wrote it down.
Something we've all wanted to do.
Yeah.
I would think. Like I've always wanted to randomly ride the moving rails down.
Yeah. So, you know, it's the little things,
It is the little things.
right? And you're right. She does consider it an extra wonder.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. What are the other wonders?
I would love to list them in order, but I don't know if I'm gonna manage because I don't have my board.
What
the
are
first
the
one.
wonders?
Do you remember the first one?
Was the first one the carousel?
Was the first one the carousel?
It had to have been the carousel.
It was the carousel. They turned the power on.
Yes.
They went down the escalator.
They went down the escalator. They passed the lingerie shop, which
Yeah.
was a fun
She covered her
funny
eyes
scene.
and brought her to, I'm pretty sure, the carousel.
Okay, so the carousel, first wonder.
And obviously the one that is most represented in the game,
Yeah,
right?
I loved that whole scene on just the I don't know. I guess maybe because carousels are kind of like one of those magical things when you're a kid, is like getting to go on the carousel with all like the ridiculous amount of lights that are on a carousel, and it's just you spinning in a space in the middle of the world and nothing.
And there's something special when you're a kid about a horse in general.
Yeah.
Like hopping on a horse.
Or an elephant
You know, yeah.
or a seahorse
You could go on. Like, this is not a shrimp scampi
or
sort of deal here.
a wump.
All right. So let's cut it short.
Okay. But yeah, I felt the magic in that scene. I felt the wonderment. I felt that tension between those two because they both had like more feelings for each other than just best friend feelings, but neither one of them had like the courage to actually come out and say anything about it, and they just have their extra sips of alcohol to try and build that courage up and stuff like that. I don't know, that scene was one of my favorites in
You know what,
this
though?
episode.
It kind of had to be. Because it was meant to be a powerful scene.
Mm-hmm.
All right, like if
And I like
they couldn't fall, what I'm saying is they couldn't fall short on that scene.
no.
Like it would have ruined the episode.
Yeah. And I think if you didn't notice like previously that their relationship might have been more than
Now she's writing on a board.
more than friends.
Yeah, we were gonna get there.
Yeah, okay. She's just got them in order. If you didn't get the idea and the impression by the time they got to the carousel that they had the more than friends thing, then you definitely got it in that scene.
I think that if you were watching closely enough, you got the feeling that at least Ellie had feelings at that point.
Especially after the lingerie shop piece where Riley
just
had
her facial
mentioned-
experience.
mentioned-
Facial experience.
facial experience was like, oh, I was just trying to picture you in it and was like laughing about it, but then,
And then
as soon
got
as she was
that
walking away, she like
Blushy
was, like,
feeling.
and was like trying to fix her hair and stuff right after.
Yeah, so at that point you're under the impression that at least Ellie feels that way.
Yeah.
After that, the phone booth.
Yeah, they go to the phone booth to make a call.
It's actually like a big. You've seen the phone booth. It's just like that.
Yeah.
You know, phone booth with
Where he gets stuck in the
with
phone
Colin.
booth for the whole movie.
Yeah, Colin Farrell.
Yeah. I've never watched it.
No, it's
No,
actually
because
not bad for an entire film filmed in a phone booth.
That's why I didn't watch it. I was just like,
You know,
do I
it's
want to watch that?
surprisingly good. Yeah, the portrait booth there.
Yes.
what can I say? Pretty similar to the
Yeah.
to the game, minus like a tad shorter maybe. But like there are side by sides where
Even the pictures that they take in the
are
photo booth
very
are
similar, right?
pretty tight. Like, it was
And
good.
just the camaraderie there is fun, right?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Um,
And they get off the carousel because it breaks, just like in the game too. So,
yeah, it does.
yeah, it was kind of cool. And then we flow on to the greatest thing
That's a big yawn.
in the mall, the arcade.
Yeah, which are we at the arcade yet? Like, why are you? Yeah, why are you waving us down like
What's up?
we weren't supposed to run to third?
Did you want us?
Dan, I would love to see you run to third,
I'd love to see me run at all.
especially to third.
Have you seen my physique? I've been
think-
working on it for years. All right,
Should we play some Nerdy Couch baseball?
I'll play some Nerdy Couch anything. Okay,
Yeah.
Anything.
you know what?
Oh,
I mean, let's keep it like
did you say nerdy or dirty couch?
let's keep it clean.
Well, there are covers on the couch, so we could get it dirty.
Let's keep it
Coming up at 11 p.m.
You should turn your mic back off. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. If anybody wants to see us do anything, we're open to suggestions. Let us know what you want to see on the show. Okay, as far as I'm
suggested.
what?
I just
Okay,
suggested.
nerdy couch baseball.
Okay.
I don't know how that works.
I don't know.
I don't know how the rules are different.
It's like
But like as far as I'm concerned, we've still got to do a.
pistol rifle sandwich
No,
tournament.
I was gonna say a hot chip challenge. We've still got on the plate somewhere.
I'm gonna die.
All right. I got offered for somebody who wants to buy like the gummy as well.
I don't
The
want to do that.
the hottest gummy or whatever.
No, I don't want to do that.
And I'm like,
Are you gonna do that?
we got to do the chip eventually, but that's neither here or there. Okay. The show must go on. We're not getting sidetracked this time.
Okay, well, arcade.
All right. The look on Ellie's face
Yeah.
when the arcade is presented to her is amazing.
Yes.
Okay. Reminded me how I felt about arcades when I was young.
When you were young. You don't walk into an arcade now.
Where do you find arcades?
Niagara Falls. Definitely a giant arcade there.
Not anywhere close to me.
But it's not this, like, okay, so but
And
those
you're
arcades
right.
aren't the same.
They're not the same.
It's not like, you're not playing Mortal Kombat and Daytona Racer or whatever that was. What is it?
It was a racing game. Was it Cruising?
Was it? No, it wasn't Cruising.
It would have been
either.
cool if it was
should have been
Cruising.
Cruising.
Two-player game.
Can you Vogue?
Can I Vogue?
Yeah.
I'm sure I can.
Okay. Just wondering.
I just don't know why I need to.
I think you should. But yeah, they jump in the look at a couple of the games, and then they spin around to Mortal Kombat 2. And I believe in the video game, the
It's
machine was not
The
working.
machine's not working, and it's all played through by Riley,
Yes.
explaining it.
Yes, that's right. The visualization. where
And
she just
and
kinda-
and then you play like a little mini game,
yeah.
right? Which was cool for the game, but I don't think works in the show.
No, I mean it could have worked kind of, but it would have been a very like a quick,
It would have been a tricky
And
thing,
in-
I think.
not as impactful. I don't think.
Yeah, and like Mortal Kombat is one of those games that is like iconic
Yeah.
to most people who are into games.
Yeah.
So having them play that game was like the perfect choice, obviously, for that scene, and the arcade game in general is just a big part of their experience.
Well, even it's like a big part of Ellie's experience in general, because even the part where Melina fatalities her character, she talks about that to Joel when they
Yeah.
see the
Yeah.
when they see the machine. In
Now,
the
I
gas
know they
station.
like to change things up in the show, so I was kind of hoping there'd be a little bit of Dance Dance Revolution or something like that going on in this.
See, I don't think so. I know there's been like some minor things that have come up around. That wasn't around in 2003.
Yeah, I think you're looking too far into things at
But
that
like
point.
Dance Dance Revolution, I don't think was even a thought in 2000.
I know, I'm just saying.
You just really would have loved.
Really wanted to,
Okay.
if they could just alter a scene for that,
Yeah.
someone.
Just be like, oh, it just so happens in 2003 they invented Dance Dance Revolution.
Yeah, it was the prototype, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when people look into things and they go, "Oh, that game or something or wasn't around at that time or this or that," they're minor details.
We went over this last episode too, in like where that crew member was standing way off on the corner of
Yeah.
the screen where
Oh my God, somebody was wearing a watch that was that's a 19 whatever Rolex, and it would have never been on the. Just slow your roll a little. And sit back and enjoy a show.
yeah.
It's pretty bad when you have to nitpick that bad to
Yeah.
to get like there's other things in other shows that are like blatant,
Yeah, just
like
awful.
like blatantly easy to call out, and now I feel like people are very much scrounging to find things that are wrong with this show.
That's because the show's a 10. That's why.
It's wonderful.
I think that takes us to Macho Nacho.
Macho Nacho.
Yeah.
Am I forgetting something?
No, it's Macho Nacho. That's where Riley sleeps. She sleeps at Macho Nacho.
Is that what it's called? Macho
Yeah.
Nacho?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
the store. It's the restaurant that she goes to.
Yeah, and Riley has been camping out there.
Yeah. But it's Macho Nacho.
Is it? I did not realize it was Macho Nacho. Is there a real Macho Nacho? Because I want to eat that there at that place.
Was Macho Nacho?
A reference to anything?
It's something. And it's not going to come out of
Can
my
we
brain,
have
but it
some
doesn't matter.
pop-up Macho
It's-
Nachos?
yeah, we should. Right here. No,
yeah.
right here, I mean. Hi.
If we could talk about betrayal for a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
She gets the book first, though, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Before she feels betrayed.
Definitely. Because
I don't even think she takes it, though.
No, she does take it
I think
eventually.
she takes it after.
She takes it after the betrayal.
Yeah.
Give me the book, she says.
In the shop. Because she's still sitting there with it.
Yeah.
Or no. You're right, because they do read out some of the jokes.
They read out some of the
Yeah.
jokes. They're terrible, but some of them are actually pretty great.
Great.
And some of the jokes are straight from the game.
Yeah, what did the triangle say to the circle?
Yeah.
Straight from the game, and
What did the triangle say to the circle?
you're pointless. And what did the cannibal say when he got, or what did the cannibal do when he got food poisoning? He threw up his hands.
Chuckle.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so it's nice to see that like these details coming from the game and being put in the show.
And they've done a great job of that through the series of pulling dialogue and pieces that work well. Ellie finds out that Riley's been camping out there and making pipe bombs, and that's
Well,
her-
because she's led to believe that that she's there strictly because she misses her
yeah, and wanted to bring her there.
and wanted to bring her there and give her a good time and stuff, and then finds the bombs.
Yeah. Boom.
Boom. Mr. Boombastic.
Semi-fantastic.
Thanks, guys.
Pipe bombs, which look kind of like something you may find in the second game, actually, I thought.
But, so she's been stationed there.
Pretty sure you can make them in the second game.
Like, that's one of those
The
things
pipe
that...
bomb, yeah. Yeah.
So
But yeah,
she's
she's stationed
been stationed there, and obviously Ellie's not comfortable with this.
No.
Because for two reasons.
Yeah. I mean, one big reason is that they're on opposite sides of the fence here.
Yeah.
They're Romeo and Juliet. Like, nothing good's gonna come of a pipe
Like
bomb.
there's even comment about like, I have to get back to class. You know that one where
Yeah.
they teach us to kill fireflies?
Yeah.
You know? Like they're definitely on opposite sides. She's now stationed there to is it transport the bombs?
I think she might have been making them. I don't know, but none of that really matters because they're planning on shipping her out to Atlanta or whatever.
But the second reason is it clearly cheapens the moment,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, due to that, Ellie storms off,
She's like, F this, I'm out.
right? Almost makes it out of the mall. Like she goes pretty far.
Yeah, she was all the way, like basically to the electrical panel, because she walks through those big double doors.
Mm-hmm. And then as she's on her way out, decides, what am I doing type deal. On her way back, and then hears the screaming.
Yes.
Okay. And my thought there was like, did they fuck this up?
Yeah. But
Like, has the attack happened and she's gonna walk in on it? Have they fucked this up?
But
right?
they did not.
And to my, like, I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
That she was just.
And at this point, we've already seen the infected dude like wake up too.
Yeah.
So
we know what's coming.
yeah.
But there is some time passed before it actually happens.
Yeah.
Right. They have the dance scene.
Yes.
Which is like this is a bit of a mashup of two scenes.
Yeah, the dance scene and the Halloween shop. They
Right.
kind of just twist them together. Which worked well.
It did work well.
What are they dancing to? Aha?
I don't know what they're dancing to.
I think it was Aha.
I don't know.
Look that up quick while we
Snap, snap.
stall for time.
She put on "I Got You, Babe."
Is it I Got You, Babe?
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Etta
maybe
James.
the Aha reference was
the game? What was
from there was a cassette tape of Aha. Ellie plays, I think. Does Ellie play that song? No, she plays the Aha song, I think, in the second game as well.
I don't know. You lost me.
That
Anyway.
I'm not sure of. I can't remember that.
Aha has a big story in these games.
Mhm.
Anyway,
If they didn't include the masks,
yes.
I would have been upset.
Yeah?
Like it was a big part of the.
Were you missing the howl though? Like a giant howl.
No, I can't say I was fine without it.
Because you get to like amp up your howl in
Yeah.
the game. So
Let's be fair though, it was still a lackluster howl.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Maybe yours was. Should have hit the button better.
should have been a better button masher.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it on a walkthrough, so I didn't even push buttons.
Oh my god, that's right.
All right.
I forgot.
I don't got all this time to actually play games. All
I
right.
watch other people play games.
I had to catch up for this show.
Okay.
So this is the sacrifice I made. I didn't actually play a game. I had to watch it. That was the sacrifice I made. Okay.
Okay. You know, I've been playing through the game like
You've been playing through the game for months.
by episode.
You have not.
Yeah, whenever the episode is coming, and I have a week between when the episode comes out and our show, I play the game through that chunk that the show covered.
You're ridiculous. Ridiculoso.
And in all that time, you couldn't make notes.
I was playing the game, so I had things to talk about. I make my notes on Saturday.
All this time, I thought
Maybe
you
shouldn't.
I thought you were recording your gameplay.
No, I wasn't. I haven't been recording that.
Is that
That's
because
number 2 that I was started recording?
Is that
I just
because
don't
your
have.
recordings are such a low quality?
It's only as low quality as the show, so
So it suits.
yeah.
It's suitable.
I'm trying
then.
to stay
Um,
in the right.
no, but the mask, I felt like it was a must for me because I just thought it was such a fun
Yeah.
scene. The Halloween store was such a fun scene.
Yeah, I think the Halloween store starts that's the first
It is the first thing you do.
thing they do. So
So they kind of
big thing.
mix matched it. Worked for the show quite a bit.
yes,
All in all, though, they get to dance on the counter.
yep,
Song playing in the background, and then some love gets professed essentially.
yeah, because Ellie just throws her mask off and goes for it.
Does she just go for it?
She kind of just goes for it.
Yeah, I guess she does. Because
She's
then
just
she's
like-
almost she even apologizes
Yeah,
for it.
sorry. Which again was almost word for word from
Yeah.
from the game too. So
Now, before this, Ellie pushes that they're gonna send you away. You should go.
yeah,
Okay, and she says very confidently, I'm not fucking around. I think you should go.
yeah,
Do what's good for you.
yeah,
And then in this scene, she very emotionally says, don't go.
yeah,
And this is the point of it. I need you.
yeah.
This is how I feel.
Again, just so well acted. The way that she whispered that "don't go" was like immediately just heart wrenching. Loved it. Loved it.
It was good.
Acting.
It's good. How was the acting though?
It was so good.
Yeah, it was really well played.
Yeah.
And then, just like in the game, she says, "Yeah, I'll stay."
Yeah.
Right. And just like in every good love story,
Mm-hmm.
that's exactly the point where things have to go awry.
That's right.
Right.
And why couldn't she just take down that single infected with that pistol? Like, she's not a great shot.
Well, they're not great yet.
Just like,
They're this is not like an experienced person firing a gun.
they've been trained
Have they?
by Fedra.
Not well.
Obviously. Stormtroopers out there missing every shot.
So what you're saying is that you do believe that more infective would have made it a better scene.
Both, I guess. I enjoyed the single infected, like, full back and forth brawl piece. But again, like, the intensity of the chase.
That would have made it more I don't know how to say this. Like, it would have made it more intense,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And more of a dire situation.
yeah. Which I like, that's one of those complaints that you hear from people that have played the game that say they kind of really downgrade the infected involvement in the show to highlight more of the human story piece.
I don't agree with it as much up until this point.
Yeah.
I can see where people are going with that,
Yeah.
right? But at the same time, was it okay?
Yeah.
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 Like, I was fine with it. The way it played out was fine. Right? And you're right. There was a back and forth and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was
a solid, like, scuffle.
a solid struggle.
Yeah.
Right? Where both of them get bit.
Yeah.
Of course, we know that Ellie gets bit.
Yes.
If you don't know that by now, you haven't been paying attention.
That's right.
But yes, and Ellie gets bit as well. At this point, not knowing that she's going to survive it,
Right.
they sit back and have a very emotional talk.
After smashing the shit out of those cabinets.
Oh, yeah.
Straight out of the game, the cabinet smash
And
the,
straight
there's
out of
more
the game.
stuff that you can
Yeah.
break over there. straight out. Like almost this piece of the show is almost
Is spot on.
word for word.
This is one of those
again.
times where, like, they go back and forth between having creative liberty to being directly pulled from a show, from a movie,
Yeah, which is why I think it works so well.
right? Like, it's just, the parts where they take liberty are the parts where you can go, okay, that works,
Yeah.
you know, and then the parts where they take it to the game, from the game, they make it hit you,
Yeah.
right? And they make it very, like, this is straight out of the game.
And I think I think the people that are like saying things about there not being enough infected or this or that didn't get from the game what I got from the game. Like when I played through the game, I know, you know, some of the controls aren't stellar in the game. They're a little clunky.
Yeah.
But when you're playing the game for the story, which is what I do, like that game especially, it's the zombies and the moving around and doing stuff that are just a part of the game aren't the parts that I'm as interested in.
Well, because this is not a game or a show about clickers.
Right.
This is a show about two people on an adventure that struggle and become close.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's obviously a dumbed down version of the story, but like, if you thought it was about clickers, and you're not, you're watching it differently.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, you're right. You know, that there are people who are going to be like, oh, this is an
awful zombie show.
Yeah, well, maybe it's not a
Where's
zombie
all
show.
the zombies?
Then, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a show about humanity and not a show about killer zombies.
That's right.
Right?
It's a show about humanity with a few killer zombies in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't show humanity without a little tragedy.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Right?
That's deep.
That's as deep as I get.
Write that down.
Right? Van Wilder.
Yeah. So yeah, we get that. That's pretty much the end of this.
Yeah.
Actually, we're done.
Yeah.
The end.
Boom.
Because we already talked about the last scene. We could talk about it again.
Yeah.
She finds thread.
We can gloss it.
She finds thread.
Yeah.
Shows 'em up.
You know.
They did change that. Just the very end of that scene where they're leaning against the glass. Because I think Riley they give the options of, you know, we can either take the easy way out or lose our minds together. And then I think Riley kind of gets up at the end of that scene in the game and is like, let's go kind of thing, where we get a more tender moment, I guess, where
It's
Ellie's like falling apart a bit on her shoulder and stuff.
kind of like a poetic thing, like the whole, you know, let's just lose our minds together.
Yeah.
Until you remember that they don't get to.
And
like,
where's that piece? Like, does Ellie kill Riley then?
No, it leaves it there.
No,
Are you sure?
she doesn't kill Riley.
How do you know?
Because from what I understand, the story is supposed to go that soon after, because in the game they leave, right? They head outside, and there's a group of fireflies there.
Okay, and
That
that's how
doesn't
they get. That's how they take Ellie in.
Okay, so
They
that
take them
does
in.
not actually happen in the DLC.
No,
No.
no.
Okay, because I have not. This is something that I have not seen.
Yeah. So that's how Marlene gets a hold of Ellie,
Right.
and the fireflies take care of Riley.
Right. Well, they probably hold them both, I would imagine.
But that's not in any of the games.
That's just you're assuming.
Nope.
Where did you read that?
This
From
is
from the producer, the guy that made the game.
fan
Oh, yeah?
fiction.
Oh, because you talked to the producer from that made the game.
Well, she
No,
does
you
that a
listen to-
lot.
you
Just
listen-
listen to their fucking podcast.
You listen to the
already?
podcast. Yes, I know. God,
It's
Probably-
really good.
so moody.
She's probably good friends with him.
Yeah. Did you want to tell?
I'm turning my fucking mic
Do you
off.
want to tell us how good of friends you are with the producer from?
From Naughty Dog.
Could you imagine if I was?
If you were, I'd be fine with that.
Be so much happier.
First name basis and everything.
Yeah. Steve.
Actually, it's Neil.
Oh, sorry.
Go figure you would know his name.
Neil.
Nerd.
But yeah, that's pretty much the end of that piece. We go back to the
we
the
go
present.
back and there's the sew up scene.
Yep.
In the game, you get a little bit more of the back and forth where you're searching for medicine.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of stuff like that. Not really super important.
But we do get her searching drawers and stuff
Yes.
for things, which we've been talking about since episode 1.
Also, at some point, does she not get super excited about a roll of duct tape? Am I remembering this incorrectly?
Yes. I don't remember her finding a roll of duct
That's
tape.
in the game, Dan.
Is it in the game?
That's in the
I have
game.
a hard time distinguishing
Yeah.
That's in the game.
because I'm watching them like simultaneously,
Right.
right? And I'm doing it, so I lose myself.
She
in
does
the
get
moment.
super excited though when she loots some tampons.
Yeah.
That's in a previous episode.
Yeah.
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 I just sometimes I lose myself in the moment.
The music. You own it.
And
You better never let it go.
I'll never let it go.
Don't.
I've only got one shot.
Do not miss your chance to blow. This
This
opportunity
opportunity-
comes.
Once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
Yo.
But yeah, that was.
Did you just quote Eminem?
No. Did you?
Yeah, it was mesmerizing.
Weird.
It's actually from a movie too. Ryan Reynolds movie, which is why I remember it.
Was it that rom-com one?
No, it was called Six Under, I think.
Oh. That's cool.
Yeah. Watch
But,
it.
anyway,
I think that's where we end.
that is.
So thank you guys for joining. Okay.
Remember,
To watch
watch this show,
and other shows like it.
but this one in particular.
Like, I mean, other shows that we do like it.
Okay, yes. Not other shows like this show, because that would...
There aren't other shows like this show. Let's be fair.
that's true.
They all have good content. So, like it,
Subscribe to it.
share it,
Hit the notifications bell.
and just tell your friends. You know,
And tell us things
yeah.
in the comments section.
We like
for sure.
things. All right.
I want to know stuff.
Again, you can join our Facebook group.
Yeah,
All right. You can catch us on other social medias.
that's right. We're on some of them. Sometimes we TikTok.
Sometimes we do stuff, and
Yeah. Huh?
and
Twitter?
it's good. Do we do Twitter?
I don't think we tweet. Do we tweet?
Tweedly,
We tweet when we go live.
We tweet when we go live.
tweedly dee.
For right now, we tweet while we go live,
Okay.
only because we don't have the community tab.
All because we
Right.
don't have enough
Yet.
good stuff to
Once
say.
we have the community tab, I don't think we're going to have other social media. But there's going to be a shit ton of posts in the community
Hey,
tab.
yeah, you can't say that.
There's going to be a poop ton.
All right.
that better?
This is a family show.
This is not a family show.
All right,
fecal
guys.
ton.
Thank you.
That
A bold
sounds
eagle
awful.
ton?
A fecal ton.
Oh,
A
a fecal ton.
ton.
Ew.
That's
Anyway,
sounds
for
like a
right now,
weird
you
unit
can
of
check us out.
measurement.
We have a Facebook business page with important updates. We have a
Business.
Facebook group where we pretty much act like idiots and have fun.
oh, similar to the show then, I guess.
Yeah.
We have an Instagram page with a little bit behind the scenes, what happens before and after our shows.
Is that what it is?
You can catch us on Twitter where we let you know we're going live.
I'm not doing the stuff. I didn't know that that's what our Instagram was about.
Yeah.
In the show.
Bye.
We'll see you later.
You can't
Love
end the
you
show.
guys.
You were still talking.
Yeah, you were talking about our social medias, man. You can't just end it like that. What are you doing over there?
Peaches.